Okay, all right, all right, all right. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can I see you? I can see some of you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. There's something the matter here. Somewhat professional. It's somewhat professional, but and I do care, and I don't make you think, oh, he doesn't care, but he just calls it authentic. I don't call it authentic. I think it's horrible. I think I should be a lot better, more competent than I am. MC Scott is here. Welcome. Good to see you, MC Scott. He's here. Andy is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Darklands is here. So beautiful, beautiful Darklands is here. MJ Tigerfang is here. We've got a lot of people. Hi, Lewis. I can see you and I can hear you, and that's so crucial. I'm going to see if I can make this box a bit bigger. That's all. I mean, I can see it. I can see it. I don't want to wear glasses. I don't want to give the impression that I'm full of shit. That I know I've said I'm against glasses. I've said it, yeah. Lewis is a great New Yorker comedian. Yes, and I am. I'm an amazing comedian, the best comedian in the entire world, history of the world. Lewis Schaffer, you know me. Leanne is here. I can see you, but only for 10 minutes. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit right here for you to look at me. For you to look at me. I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what you're looking at. Sometimes I look so good when I look in the mirror, and then I look here, and I don't think I look that great. But thank you. I'm going to look at you, Leanne. I'm going to look at you up and down and up and down. Up, up. I'm looking at Leanne. Do you see me looking at you? Yeah, she's feeling the hearts. Evening chums. There's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Joodle. So right next to Leanne. Let me look at Joodles. Let me look at Leanne. Let me look all the way up and down. Up and down Joodles. Up and down Leanne. Beautiful, beautiful girls. There you go. In the future, we will remember we are in the presence of Lewis. Exactly. You're going to remember this because I'm a great one. I'm a great one. Leanne has love eyes. That's what matters. I hate my glasses, but I have no other choice now but to wear them. That is not true. You know, I've discussed this with you. You do not need glasses. I used to wear glasses. Let's Google pictures of Lewis Schaffer. We can do that. We can Google pictures of Lewis Schaffer. We go to window capture. We go over here to here. We go to images of Lewis Schaffer with eye glasses. They weren't for show. There's pictures. Look at how horrible I look. I'm fat. These were nice glasses too. Look at how beautiful those glasses are. But look at how fat. Look at how fat. Look at how fat. Look at this picture there. Comedy profile from 2010. Look at the glasses. Unnecessary big fat nose. Big nose. I'm trying to remember when I stopped wearing glasses, about this time. Can you see that? Can you see that? I don't think these were actual glasses. I don't think these were actual glasses. So we don't need, you won't. I won't be able to type on the screen without them. Initially you won't, but you will. It doesn't happen initially. Nobody's eyes are broken. We just get used to seeing things wearing glasses. Paul Yoward is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Paul Yoward. I'm going to look Paul Yoward up and down. All the way up because he's so good looking. All the way up. Okay, there's Paul Yoward. But Larry Fink says he wants the hydrocarbon for data. He wants hydrocarbon for data centers. Who are you talking to about this? Hi-Ho Kermit is here. What's occurring here? We don't know. Something is going to happen. Because I felt a bit guilty talking about the things that we talked about in the earlier show. I didn't think it was interesting enough. I mean, I guess you guys found it interesting talking about candy bars. But I'm thinking we should be talking about global issues. Global issues. Anyway, the amount of times you Google your own name, Lewis, you'll be a trending a trending search soon. Yes, I'm interested in myself. I am interested in myself. How did you look so camp in that one? Now I know. Worried. I probably look camp wearing glasses. You don't need, maybe that's my problem. That's the problem with me right now is I don't wear glasses. I don't need to wear glasses, and I don't wear glasses. What happened here? And I don't wear glasses, and I don't believe in glasses. Okay, what did you miss the earlier show? You missed talking about candy bars. We were talking, and I didn't know half of the candy bars, and I mistook a Twix for a Kit Kat. Okay, there you go. That is the Larry Fink global issue of WEF has kicked off in Davos. Oh, you're talking about Larry Fink right now, today. You're saying he's promoting hydrocarbons. That's a change. Okay, there you go. The world is changing. God bless Donald Trump. Cuffees allege. Anyway, so everybody's coming in. You are beautiful, because that's what Lewis says. Words won't bring you down. Is that a song? You are beautiful. You are beautiful. MJ Tiger Fang is here. It wouldn't be impossible to make someone trend of the week like that with a few friends helping out. Just with a few thousand searches each is all. Yeah, you could do that, but that's cheating. That's cheating. Who is nobody special? Basically. Who is that? Somebody new. You've never been here before. Welcome to the stream. Nobody, or unless have you been here before and you've changed your name? Do you remember when everybody had our names changed? But he says, or she says, are you a he or a she? You've got to lie to stay halfway interested in yourself. Barry Hannah. Yeah. Because you know yourself better than anybody. You are. That's an excellent point. Nobody special. Did you sell the glasses on Vinted? Is that what you are telling us now? No, I didn't sell it. Anyway, here's the girls' glasses. I paid only £1.50 for these. And then I have another pair of glasses here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know where the other pair is. But those I found. We should have a plank of the day. Here or here? Well, Girl from Mars is here, and she's saying hello to Lewis Schaffer. Hello, Girl from Mars. Beautiful Girl from Mars. Hello there, Girl from Mars. I am new indeed. Thanks, Lewis. Longtime fan from GB News days. Happy to be here. Thank you very much for being here. It's a bit different. This format is a bit different. I'm a totally different person here than I am on GB News. We are at the court of the magnificent Lewis Schaffer. That's true. Wherever I go, Lewis Schaffer is amazing. I'm amazing. I'm magnificent. Thank you, Andy, for saying that. Thank you, Andy. He's managing. What did I say, MJ? What did you say? And what did MJ Tiger make? MJ, what did I miss there? What did I miss? I'm gonna go back a second. Let me get off of top chat. Okay, we're back. We're back on this. If your post isn't posted, post it again. There's been a real thing where YouTube has not posted my post. I think is that what we decided. I seen Girl from Mars. This is Streaky Bacon talking. Come in and thought of them and of you being in Northern Ireland. They were great. Okay, who did you think of? But Leanne's going to be here only for 10 minutes. Why? You tired, Leanne? Is Lucy here? Let's see if Lucy's here. Is she listening or watching? If she's listening or watching. What makes this different is we're communicating with each other, and it gives me a chance to be really creepy and pervy with many different, I'm going to say people or women mostly. I like it. I like that I'm able to talk to the girls here and to maybe lure my way into Judels's mind so that she finds me attractive, whatever. So she doesn't run off with Stephen Allen. She doesn't run off with him. She stays here with me. There you go. Lucy just got here. Did you hear me mention your name? Lucy Van Pelt. And I was saying, what's great about this feed is it gives me a chance to lure the women in. Lure the women in, of me to hit on the women. And everybody knows I'm a pervert. Everyone knows. So you know in advance. Oh, I knew he was that way. I knew he was that way, but I loved it anyway. I love the attention that he's giving. Creepy and pervy, Lewis Schaffer. Yes, that's what my nose is itching. That's what I am. I'm creepy and I'm pervy. And I can't say, I'll say I'm sorry for it a little bit. I'll say that I'm sorry. But I am creepy and pervy. Very tired. Stayed up to see you all for a little while. That's from beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Leanne. Leanne, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Leanne. Luring you into Lewis Schaffer's world. Or I'm going into your world. Or I'm luring you into my world. I've got to open the refrigerator and I'm going to get some water, okay? Got to get some water. I've got to get some water. There we go. I've got to get some water. Your face seems almost half the width now, in a good way. Do I seem thinner, Paul Yoward? I have lost 2 kilograms in the past 3 or 4 or 5 days. I've lost since January 1st. I've lost 2. I've lost 2 or 3. Or 3 kilograms. So I'm really pleased at how thin I am. I don't know, do I look thin? I still have my face is like falling down. But you girls, you could place your hands around my neck. You could place it around my neck. And then you could strangle me. Okay. Do you think, Lewis, you could hypnotize breasts to be bigger? Well, I believe that's possible. You bet it is. You bet it's possible. It's not easy, and it's not. Maybe it is. It is noticeable. Why? That's that guy said that. That's our horrible guy. Nobody special basically says, I don't drink water. Effing it. Fish, effing it. Yeah. Yeah, and he died ugly. Look at how ugly that guy was. W.C. Fields, he was hysterical, but he died ugly. He died really, really ugly. Oh, good God, Seller. What does Seller say? I came in a bit. I jumped the stream a little bit. What did Seller say? That was shocking. You're okay. Shocking. Creepy. He's been super creepy tonight. I've been super creepy. Joodles. Look at Lewis. Look at Daddy. Lewis. You're so young and beautiful. Okay, catapulting at mosques from a distance. Okay, so I've been super creepy. I'm feeling a bit creepy. I'm tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. I didn't take a sleeping pill. Somebody heard me say I took a sleeping pill because I was singing that song, which was last night I didn't get to sleep at all. No. And then I said, the sleeping pill I took or sang was just a waste of time. I didn't get to sleep because you were on my mind. And last night, I didn't get to sleep at all. Beautiful song. Really great song. 1960s. Marilyn McHugh. Fifth Dimension. Lucy says, do you know how anti-Semitic that novel is? Trilby by George du Maurier. No, I don't know that. Who are you talking to about that? I don't know what that is. Zach says, Zach is the tit whisperer, but his rival, and you could not be as creepy. No, well, I mean, I think he's gay. So he's like, how could he convince someone to have larger? The truth is, when women get more estrogen or something, their boobs get bigger. Or when women get fatter, their boobs get bigger. Or boobs can just get bigger. And like I said on my show about my my pee-pee, it's bigger because I don't have that fat. When you have a layer of fat, your pee-pee's not gonna be. Why are we talking about Caligula? I've missed this whole thing. Say hello to Christelle. Say hello to Christelle. All right, there you go. Christelle, forget about Scott. Lewis. We are in love with Lewis Schaffer. We're in love with Lewis Schaffer. This is 218th show. Day. 74th stream, which means we have been going for 292 shows. Oh my God, that's like too many. And you've been here. Most of you people have been here. Do you think James Matheson's can see his pee-pee at all? No, he doesn't. That's why he was embarrassed when I said he was fat. He said, yeah, I'm fat. Yeah, I'm fat. And well, let's all do that. Let's all say we're fat. And we need to get thin. Did you hear what happened? Amy Schumer dumped her husband after she lost weight because of the injections. Do you hear the injections are making people blind? Have you heard this? Is that possible? I don't even want to hear about it. Tit Whisperer is gay and Jewish, so he gets on like a house on fire with Modin Ali. Who is Modin Ali? I don't know who he is. Lucy is laughing at nobody. That's brilliant. When you get Lucy, Jews were like other people, only more so. Do you want to know something? There is truth to that. I would have to say that there is truth to that. We are better. We are better than most people. But we're also in some ways way worse. We're more. That is a brilliant point. I'm going to write that down. And I'm going to take credit for it. No, I'm not going to take credit for it. But we are just like all, I'm writing it down, all people, only more so. Only more so. There you go. Well, Christelle is laughing. We're happy that Christelle is laughing. Is she ever going to say something here? Modin is the deputy leader of the Greens. He shouted Ali Akbar when he won the election. Well, God is great. Yeah, it can be great in lots of ways, not just killing Jews. But when you win an election, you can shout, God is great. Where are you located? Nothing. People going blind after injection? Correlation is not causation, Lewis. But I think there's 1,000 people suing one of the weight loss pills. Is it Ozempic or something? I don't know what it is. Did you hear about this? Can anybody check that out? It baffles me that people sleep with clothes on, Leanne. I find that deeply weird. Sometimes back in the day when I couldn't sleep, I used to put on a business. I would wear a business suit every single day practically, but I'd put on a business suit and I'd sleep in a business suit because I think to myself, don't go to sleep in a business suit. It's very similar to having contact lenses, which you should never have. Contact lenses. And back in the day, you couldn't sleep because it dried out the eye. So every time I used to put the contact lenses on, I wanted to go to sleep because I wasn't able to sleep. That sounds a bit like all animals are equal, sort of similar to that. Yeah, and the same kind of wisdom as that. We have always run on AI, Ashkenazi intellect. That's a reasonable joke, yes. I am 100% Ashkenazi. I don't think I've ever slept naked. You want to know the truth? The truth is similar with me. Occasionally I will. Yeah, but I got to be really, really tired. I've got to really be tired. Time to share a hotel room with you girls. Leanne Joodles, there you go. Kermit, you go for it. I want to hear what happened. Tend to get a large pillowcase to cover my pee-pee. Okay, totally, Joodles. It's the worst. Just can't do it. To wear clothes. But you wear clothes if you wear pajamas. I don't do it because it's like my legs, they touch each other and I just get excited. It's like, oh, I'm touching naked skin, even if it's only my own skin. Kermit says, I wear gym jams these days because I'm bloody cold. I mean, I don't get cold because I live in Southern Council housing and it's boiling here. It's absolutely boiling. What am I sorry about? What are you sorry about? What are you sorry about? I love my gym jams these days. Well, we don't call it pajamas. All right, gym jams. I get them. I've actually found pajamas in the street. I found so much nice stuff in the street. I'll show you what I have. Look what I found. Look, a really nice sit. Look at these. Look at these. These are H&M. They're H&M. I don't know if they're expensive or not. They're probably cheap, but they're H&M um trainers. And then this is Nike trainers. I mean, this is a bit soft in the front. I don't know. I don't know who. Maybe someone would pay £2 for those. But you can go to Vinted Lewis Schaffer and see it at Vinted Lewis Schaffer. Okay, okay. Everybody, stop writing just for a second. I want to read all this stuff about about pajamas and girls sleeping naked. Zach doesn't believe in wealth creation. He wants to tax more and put money into the economy to create more nationalized companies. Yeah, he's a communist. That's what communism is, Vantanai. He can call himself a socialist or a people's socialist, whatever it is. But he's a communist, and all left wing people and most of the right wing are communists too nowadays. Is the business suit thing like being compelled to laugh in synagogue? I don't know what that's in reference to, but the answer is no. No, you wear a suit to work, and then you can't go to sleep at night, so you put on a suit at night. You put a shirt and a tie, and it helps you go to sleep. I don't know if I think that that's a surefire way to get you to go to sleep, but it could be something. Darklands, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Darklands. I'm thinking of Darklands being naked right now. I have a phobia of sleeping naked, just in case I have a house fire and have to get out quickly. Interesting, interesting. Well, that's a very good reason to wear pajamas. That's a very, very good reason to wear pajamas. I've actually found pajamas in the street, two pairs, on two different occasions that I wear. They're very comfortable pajamas. Okay, that's a good point. Is anybody else afraid of being caught in a fire and running out of the house naked? Darklands is okay. I take it as an insult if a man gets into bed with me in any kind of clothes. My ex always wore pants, and I hated it. Um, yeah, well, yes, but you know what it is when you're sleeping next to a woman and they touch. I mean, I don't know because I'm so manly, and you know this about me. I'm really, really manly. But if a woman touches me, I can't go to sleep. Do we see those people holding on to each other as they're sleeping? And I could never do that because it wakes me up. It's like, don't touch me. I gotta go. I gotta go to sleep. Leanne says, I love my pajama PJs, but not in bed. Not in bed. So you like to wear your PJs when you're walking around the house or when you're out. I see that. I see it frequently now. I've seen it a couple of times in the last couple of days where women are walking around in their pajamas. I mean, that's so America from 20 years ago or something. I mean, no, no, I'm against it. Is it uncomfortable for women to sleep naked? Don't your boobs make it uncomfortable? Okay, maybe if a girl's got big boobs, I guess. I don't know. Make it uncomfortable for a man that you're sleeping there and a man that you're all naked and stuff. I have a nightmare. I love girls wearing clothes. I find that very sexy. I love girls wearing pajamas. Mm, come, come to daddy. Come to daddy. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So that's what Andy says. Andy says he's a nightmare that I'm dressed like a girl during a house fire. I don't really understand that, but it sounds almost funny. It sounds pretty funny. You know, Vinted Nunhead Man. That's I didn't say it, but that's my whatchamacallit. That's my that's my Vinted page. So you can see all the stuff, all the junk that I'm selling. Some of it is it's not quite junk, but it might be junk. It might be junk. So what does Paul Yoward say? Paul Yoward. Hold on a second. Where did we go here? Where did we go here? Oh, I lost the thread. Oh, I'm losing the thread. Oh, I'm losing the thread. I should stop leaving that radioactive stuff around where Lewis lives. Don't even joke about it because I pick up anything. I don't even care. All the things I used to be so gay. Ooh, picking things up. Now I pick up everything. I don't care. Especially tissues. Men who sleep naked poke their partner in the back all night. Well, that used to be my joke when yes, not I'm not saying you stole my joke, but that's true. Waking up a girl, especially when I was young, and now I'm very virile right now. That's true about men. They can wake up a girl with their probing organ, demanding attention, girl from Mars. I would never do that if you don't want me to do that. You girls are just outrageous, even on a sleepover with friends. You can't wear pajamas. You sleep naked on a sleepover with friends. That could be gay. Could be very, very gay. I mean, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it, and not just in the videos that I have. You really need to get them in pairs, Lewis. These girls, yes. Well, I had them. I had Leanne and Claire. I had Leanne and Claire the other day. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I mean, not the other day. It was the Tommy Robinson parade. Was that outing you? Totally girl from Mars. Men in pants, girls naked. So the men should wear pants, but the girls can be naked. Well, you got to heat the place up so warmly. So warmly. It may make you feel, does it make you feel attractive that you're naked in bed or you're wearing pajamas in bed? Like having a hairbrush pushed in your back, says Mr. Cuff to Girl from Mars. Yeah, kind of like it is. Look at me. Look at me. That reminds me of stepmom cord. Girl sleeping naked. Yeah. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. We need to find love. Lewis Schaffer. Lewis Schaffer needs to give you love. Ooh, ooh. I'm coming to touch you. You're gonna come and touch daddy. Touch your daddy. Touch grandpa. I mean, come to grandpa. Come to grandpa. Ooh, grandpa's here. Ooh, what a pretty. Anyway, all right, so there we go. Well, Streaky Bacon. What are you saying, Streaky Bacon? One day there will be a Channel 4 documentary about Lewis as a hoarder extremist. Yeah, could be. I'm collecting stuff. Here's something else that I found. I don't have it here in front of me, but I found. Here's the box. Can you see what that says? It's a Vax Blade 4 pet Hoover. Can you see it? And it's there. It's in the other room. Let me go get it. I'll go get it. This thing is fantastic. And this is going to be a learning experience for you people. So I find this thing. I don't know whether you can see this thing. It comes with a box. The box is almost brand new. It's less than a year old. This vacuum cleaner is less than a year old. And it's metal. It's like so hard and so sturdy. Can you see that? Can you see? You probably can't see it. but it's so hard. It's still dirty on the inside. You don't need to look at it, but it's clean. I'm gonna clean it. And I'll tell you what happened. So it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because the thing that spins around on the bottom is totally jammed with hair. Because the woman who owned it, undoubtedly, because it's guys don't have stuff like this, and girls have long hair, so it had long hair and it was blocked. And this is not the first. I had a vacuum cleaner that I was going to throw it out, and a friend of mine said to me, he said, "What are you throwing it out for? Just clean it." And I go, "Clean it? How do you clean it?" Yes, you have to clean your vacuum cleaner. You have to clean it. And this thing is 170 pounds new. And how much is it worth used? How much do you think people would pay for it used? I'm asking you a question about this. But the most important thing that we can learn from tonight's stream is that you have to clean your vacuum cleaner. Do you not have to clean your vacuum cleaner? You've got to clean it. And this was not clean. So what did the woman do? She threw it out. And then over there on Mundania Road. Okay. Over on Mundania Road. Hold on one second. Let me just see what else is going on YouTube, just to make sure that I'm up on everything. Okay, can we take a break right now? Can we take a break? And can we press like and subscribe? Like and subscribe. That's the least you can do to make me happy. The least you can do to make Lewis Schaffer happy. So, and I found another vacuum cleaner, like practically brand new vacuum cleaner. It didn't run. I take it home and I said to myself, how can I just cleaned it. Not in a major way, because I'm not a super clean guy. We got 28 people watching right now. So we're doing really well. So promise me you're going to clean it. I've got a shark. They are great. I sold my Henry for 70 pounds. Nearly paid for the new one. Yes, I've got a Henry too, but it's called a Birdie. My daughter gets a vacuum every year at least. Yes, it's such a scam. They don't have big signs. Please clean the vacuum. The mixer thing in the front. This is great because you press a button, the light goes on and it spins. Is this thing in the front, the spinner, was totally clogged grossly with human hair. Envy, you never tried a vacuum cleaner on my... No, Andy, you've been drinking. Dorkland says, I've got an air ram. It's brilliant. Best Hoover ever. I don't think you're allowed to call it a Hoover because it's a violation of a trademark. Or maybe you are. Stop yelling. Sorry, I'm getting a bit excited. Okay, but isn't this incredible information? It's incredible information that we have to clean our vacuum cleaners. Don't throw it out, clean it. I used to sell Kirby vacuum cleaners. They are the Mutts nuts. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? My mom has an air ram. Oh my God, we're talking about vacuum cleaners. I have air rams. Maybe what we should do is we should take a vote of the people here. Like, what do we recommend? And then you could say, recommended by Lewis Schaffer Uncooked Livestream. And we will all play a part in this. Lewis, the Brits still say, Hoover it up. Yes, they do. They do say, I don't know in what circumstance, but it is used. They call vacuuming hoovering. Guys don't have stuff like this, a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, they don't have, I do. I didn't have a vacuum cleaner for years. I had like dust. It was horrible. And maybe I am a hoarder. Maybe I'm a hoarder eccentric. What did you say I was? Hoarder extremist. A lot of guys don't have that. We don't have vacuum cleaners. Kermit says I've got a Henry that's about 30 years old, but recently brought a handheld rechargeable from Aldi for about 40 quid, and I barely ever get Henry out now. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe keeping this thing here. I'm gonna have to clean it first. I'm gonna have to clean it first. Gary Warren is here. Hello, Gary. Top notch. You are top notch for coming here. Henry is the best. If you have one from before EU legislation, why was that? Because did it use too much electricity? What made it the best? I've got a Birdie one. I've cleaned it, and it's on it's on Facebook. If you Google Facebook, I mean, if you Google, it's on my Facebook Marketplace. It's called A Birdie by Henry. True, Scotty. Good job. I really don't drink anymore, so I don't need one. Okay, what are we talking about here? I'm going back in the stream. I love my PJs. Back to the PJs, or I'm reverting to the PJs. Winter quilt and electric blanket. I sound like such a bore. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't sound like a bore. Girls talking about their pajamas. I, I, I'll speak for myself. I find it really interesting. If it felt, remember what's his name said about who said about like a hairbrush in the back. I suggest if I felt it was like an airbrush in the back, I'd suggest a trim is in order. Okay, well there you go. We could talk about that too, because I've heard that everybody is shaving everything down there, men and women. Have you found any Roman coins with it? What with the vacuum cleaner? No, no, no. Says Streaky Bacon. And Mr. Cuff is laughing at Lucy. Okay, so here we go. Henry have a good resale value because they live forever. This is who was saying this. Paul Yoward says they live forever, and the older ones can suck. Yeah, they're powerful. They're powerful. Lewis, please come and hoover up Doris's hair. Yeah, well, you invite me. I probably would do that once or twice, and then I'd go, come on. Yeah, you got to do it. You don't want to have a messy house, but British women tend to have messier houses. Miele probably was the best Hoover I ever had. They lost the trademark. That's the thing. The Hoover Company of this country lost the trademark. You have to basically, if somebody uses the trademark, you're gonna send them a note and say, you can't use it that way. That's how you preserve your trademark. Thank you, Darklands. She is off Thursday. Who is off Thursday? MC, yes. Still think they are the over 2000. They're over 2000 now. I think I've skipped a lot of. I want to apologize. I've lost a lot of these threads. Actually, the AEG was a good cleaner, but the dust bags were hard to change. I have forbidden the term Hoover in my house. I'm a grave pendant. Yeah, because it's not a Hoover. It's like somebody's name. But it's like somebody's name. He told me to F off in a nice way. Who did that? Ruben, I did not do that. You're saying who did that? Did I do that to you? Who told you to F off? Push brooms with rollers. No electric. What is a push broom? What is a push broom? Henry, you also have a myriad of accessories. Well, this has incredible accessories. It's got two batteries. Two of these things. Look at that. They're brand new. Brand new, practically. Not a mark on it. With its own bag. It's been 10 months old. I got one of the pet spiny brushes for the end of mine, and even the cheap Aldi one has that too, and a whole lot easier to empty and clean. Yes, really good one. Let me go check to see what my other brand is, because I'm happy with that. The Morphe Richards. I have a Morphe Richards, the other one. Red. It's really nice. It was so nice. I mean, a lot of people throw. I mean, it's really nice. Like this thing is all new. Look at all the stuff. It's all brand new. I don't know what to use. I never use any of these things. I never use any of these things. Sweet dreams, Lewis. Sweet dreams, Schafferettes. Past my sleep time. Big hugs, guys. Yes, let me give you a big hug, Leanne. Beautiful, 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 beautiful Leanne. I'm looking at you with my big brown eyes. My big brown eyes. Big brown eyes. Okay, we don't need to say goodbye when we leave. We don't need to say goodbye. We just assume you're not around. Push brooms are devices like vacuum cleaners, but use brushes to sweep your floor as you push them. So are they not electric then? They don't have an engine, I guess. Paul Yow, it says, even if the owner was too lazy to clean the batteries, this is where you plug it in. The batteries would maybe fit into a new one or could be sold. Seems she was S testing a hubby for Dyson. That's very interesting. Really, really interesting. Yeah, she wanted to torture the husband. What Vatanai says, I'm going to my wife would say, Vatanai, I'm going to Hoover. I'm going to Hoover. Then I would say, no, you are going to AEG the floor or Dyson the carpet, depending. Henry is made in Chard, Somerset. Is that a place? That's 2 bits of information there. But that's a very good point. But is it a good thing to have you a name like Hoover no longer a trademark? It just means a whatchamacallit, a vacuum cleaner. Is that a good thing for Hoover? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Joodles, Andy Cuff, Ulrich, you're saying goodbye to everybody. Goodbye. I say goodbye to you. I love you, Leanne. I love you. We'll see you soon. He has a cleaner for each wing to do that. Who has a cleaner? Do I have a cleaner? I've got 3 vacuum cleaners here. So I am hoarding a bit, but I'm gonna sell it. What I do is I put it on for too high a price, and then I have to lower the price. I have to lower the price. I have to lower the price. So what brands do we think are good vacuum cleaner brands? Push brooms are no good for perverts like vacuum cleaners. One needs an accomplice. Unlike vacuum cleaners, one needs an accomplice. I don't know what do you mean by that, Ulrich? What do you mean one needs an accomplice? Darkland says, I have a Miele washing machine. That's very fancy, Darkland. It's a great machine, well worth the money. How much did that cost? £600 or something? Oh, that's a lot of money. Mine cost me £170. I just don't care. I mean, I don't care. Sellotape is the same, Lewis. Brand name is used for all sticky tape, right? So does it help you sell more sellotape? Or no one notices? Mr. Cuff, what do you think? I've got a shark. Vatanai says Joodles, beautiful, beautiful Joodles. But I'm not sure I can turn that into a verb, a shark. I never even heard of half of these brands. A shark. Carpet sweeper. We had a Clean Easy carpet sweeper when I was a kid, says Vatanai. The Clean Easy man would come round every month selling products. Yes. We had a guy used to come by. I think he must have been having an affair with my mother. Quite possibly. Quite possibly, that's the case. That could be the case. Okay, what happened here? I lost my place. A Miele. How much is a Miele? Don't tell me. That's too personal. That's too personal. Clean Easy. The Americans are addicted to calling things by their brand name. Um, yeah, that's why they fight to keep it. You can't. Nobody calls. We call it a vacuum cleaner. We don't call it a Hoover, even though vacuum cleaner is easier to say. Is the Hoover headquarters still up? Yes, it's still up. It has not been knocked down, but I don't know if it's still used. It is a very Art Deco building. It is. It's considered one of the classics in this country. Up there, it's up there. Used to go to this. There was a factory down there that made Gillette, and I filmed a film in that. I don't remember what film it was. That French maid outfit you force your cleaner to wear is very revealing, Lewis. Um, Could be. I once had a girl come in and clean the flat for like a couple of hours. And I just thought she was going to come in and clean my place. But when she got here, it was like so sexy. It was like, it made my brain explode. It made my brain explode. I don't think I acted inappropriately, but it was like, wow, I can see why guys like women who clean things. Sorry, Joodles. I'm not saying sorry you're not clean. I don't know if you're clean or not, but we like girls who clean things. I'm sorry, but my girlfriends, I'm not going to mention any names. They're not quite as house cleany-ish type. So that's Kermit saying we're addicted to calling it that. Um, that French, okay, we're moving on. Melee is pronounced Melair. Melair with an R, Paul Howard. I thought it was pronounced melee. Okay. Well, I'm the kind of guy who can't afford it. I mean, maybe someday if you all contribute and and some of the 1.2 million people who are watching this stream contribute, I'll be rich and then I'll get fancy stuff. Fancy stuff, maybe. Think about it. Solo cups or scotch tape or saran wrap, Kermit. That's true. That's true, but you cannot call a cup that is like a solo cup. You can only call a solo cup. And let's say I'm working at a graphic design magazine saying this is the design for this cup, this solo cup. I will get a letter from the Solo Cup Corporation saying, please, Solo Cup is a registered trademark. Please do not call it that. And that will be put in a file. And when the other brands say we want to call this a Solo Cup because they've lost the trademark for this, they can say, look, we send letters to every Tom, Dick, and Harry telling them. Argos, £14.99. What is £14.99? Gary Warren. What is that? If you want a vacuum cleaner to murder your wife, get a Henry VIII. Get a Henry VIII, says Streaky Bacon. Is that an old joke or is it a funny joke? It's a funny joke. What happened here? Oh my God, what happened? There you go. I appreciate that. Should comedians be called Lewis Schaffer? Who said that? I lost my place in who said that, but that's quite complimentary. Thank you very much. You haven't seen me be a comedian. I hope to be a very good comedian. The Clean Easy catalog, says MC Scott. Um, let's see. Should commit? Yes. Paul said this. Thank you, Paul. I didn't know it was you, but thank you. Whatever happened to Victor Kayam? He's the guy who bought the company for Remington Razor. Yeah, he bought the company. I think he's dead. He's dead. He became famous. He's a Jew. They're all Jews. They're all. How are they all Jews? They're all Jews. Sharks is a Yank brand. Never even heard of Shark. Oh, is Sharks the manufacturer of the hold on a second. is 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 Shark's the manufacturer of the double air fryer that I have, Shark Ninja. Could be. That's what I was told, but I think it's made in this country. He bought I liked it so much, I bought the company. That was some incredible advertising. It made you want to go out and buy. I can't buy that because I had very dark, Jewy, hairy, so I couldn't do that. But people do. They shave with. It's. I'm not in favor of electric shavers. I'm thinking of catalogs. Might be getting mixed up, says MC Scott. If he did, he bought the company. Shark is the same company as the one that made your Ninja air fryer. Thank you, Joodles. I totally appreciate people coming in and saying stuff like this, helping us out. They're called They're called Shark Ninja. So they've got a combined name. Maybe they're called Shark Ninja so that people think they're kind of like a Japanese or Chinese brand. So it's going to be cheap and good quality, hopefully. I think of showers when I hear Millet, but a different company. Is it a different company? In in Auction today, I spilled 12,700 GB pounds. What does that mean in auction? You mean in auction? In auction. Ruben says, is Edgware Road. Lewis groped her and she ran. I did not. I did not. I did not. But I don't know. I don't know what women feel when they're around me. J. Edgar Hoover was into French maid outfit and stockings. So it is said. I heard he was gay. J. Edgar Hoover is gay? Was he gay? Was he gay? She's not clean. Who's not clean? You just see her sheets in the morning. Okay. I don't know what do you mean by that? What do you mean by auction? What does that mean, auction? 3 items that are worth a shed load. I mean, I found that 100 pounds on the street. I found a vacuum cleaner. It's worth maybe 80 pounds on the street. There's so much stuff in this world that we can claim. We can claim. Hold on. Oh, what's happening here? What's happening? It like jumps ahead. It jumps ahead. Kermit says there aren't any other cups in America. They even have red ones that are now what they call American style cups. Yeah, because they're not allowed to call them solo cups. Some friends, says Vat, and I decided that they would make a fortune out of Amway. They brought tons of products, sold next to nothing, and they were giving it away as gifts for years. Amway is a pyramid scheme. Yeah, how did that come in? Yes, they are a pyramid scheme. But they convinced Ronald Reagan to not prosecute them, or one of the presidents, because they were friends with Ronald Reagan. I used to work for Dow Chemical, the makers of Saran Wrap. Filthy Phil, the tech's favorite joke, was Saran Wrap the solution? Is that I'm afraid to say what it is unless I'm considered to be anti whatever. I made it up. You made it up, Streaky Bacon. What did you make up? I don't know what you made up. Tell me what you made up. I would have thought a blade. Now I'm itching because of that. Because of the dust from the. I've got to clean it, so my nose is itchy. What is Amway? Amway is a pyramid scheme. Is it called a pyramid scheme? It's a pyramid scheme. It's like I get someone to sell stuff for me, and those 2 people get people to sell for them, and those 4 people get people to sell for them, and everybody gets a piece of the profit. A piece of the profit. It's brilliant. It's called a pyramid selling scheme. It's not called that though. It's not called. It reminds me of that old show about prostitutes called Band of Gold. One old guy hired a woman just to watch her do housework in nothing but a frilly apron while he abused himself. Yeah, that's what men do. Men are pigs. We're horrible. We're horrible. You know me. That's what I'm thinking when I'm talking to you. You know that. I'm only honest about it. But that's what men. I didn't invite her to my house to glom over her. I did not. But she came here, and I felt myself glomming. She was only here for 2 hours of nothing. Nothing. But that's an interesting story, Lucy. That's right. Men are this way. My Miele washing machine was 799 pounds, almost $1,000, but well worth it. I've had it for 17 years so far. Yes, it was that much 17 years ago. So how much could it be now? It could be like 1,200 pounds or more. Yes, that's so much money, Darklands. That's so much money. That's really a lot. I gotta wash my hands. I guess I have. Just stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Okay, stay right there. There we go. Because I got the dust here. It's the dust. Okay. Amway, says Kermit, is an American pyramid selling scheme for cleaning products and lots of other stuff, perfumes and things. And they'd go door to door. They'd knock on people's doors. And people would have to they'd buy merchandise and they'd be stuck with the merchandise. I don't know, is Amway still around? She ended up pouring a kettle of boiling water over his privates for some reason. That's not very nice. That's not very nice. Is that nice, Lucy? I don't know if that's nice. Andy says, I'm a Jew. What does that have to do with anything? Yes, Lewis. What are you saying? Yes, Lewis, too. Or yes, Lewis, too. Andy, we'll see you later. We'll see you tomorrow, I hope. Tomorrow at 5. Anyway. Streaky Bacon says, I expect it was a tea-making accident and not some act of violence. Not some act of violence. Okay. Yes, Lewis. Shark and Ninja are the same company. I didn't know that, but now we know that. I never even heard of it. But now, if you go to, here's the thing. If you go to my Facebook page and buy it from Facebook Marketplace, not only will you be contributing to Lewis Schaffer's success, but you will be getting a Shark Ninja double, perfectly working order air fryer, which you can use, and you're gonna come you're gonna meet Lewis Schaffer. I'll invite you in for a cup of tea. You'll come into Lewis Schaffer's home for a cup of tea, and it'll destroy every ounce of celebrity that I have. Tomorrow, I'm going on Mike Graham's show. I don't know when that's going to be on the air. I think they're going to. Mike Graham. You know Mike Graham. On his show. So I'm going to be on TV. I'm no Stephen Allen, but I am an internationally famous TV, stage, and film celebrity. Recently seen on GB News. Hopefully we'll be seen again. Let's see. Yes, okay. Thank you, Paul, for that. Laugh out loud, Streaky. A comedian didn't realize Lewis did that before. I did it. I'm not saying I was good at it, but I did it a lot for years and years and years and years and years. I've taken off the last 3 or 4 years. I've taken off that time. Let's see what Lucy Van Pelt says. But Tulipa, welcome. Welcome. You missed Lewis being pervy before. Ooh. I was enjoying that. She just missed the cup, Streaky, by about a yard or two. What cup are we talking about? Wow, I never knew Shark and Ninja were the same company. Yeah, I never even heard of Ninja because I don't believe in air frying. I don't believe in cooking at all. You know that about me. It was a Dutch man, wasn't it, who invented the air fryer? I don't know. Is that a joke or is that true? I have to ask, is that a joke? That's not being very comedy wise. But Streaky Bacon's laughing at Lucy. In Leeds, I had a terrific cleaners. They used to do all my ironing too. No sexy time though. Yeah, no sexy time. I mean, it's very sexy. I find it very sexy when a girl is that way. Is that wrong? Does that make me a horrible person? Let's ask Joodles or Lucy because they're very judgmental about men. Is that a bad thing? Is that I'm going to be on? Yeah. Is that a bad thing? That I find it very sexy. I find it very, very sexy. I somehow I go from all the way to the bottom. That's not right. I don't know what is the matter with this thing. I'm trying to find where we were. Shark Ninja sounds like a cartoon superhero, a bit like Kung Fu Panda. Interesting, Mr. Cuff. That's true. An air fryer is a small convection oven. Did it need inventing? No, you're right about it. It was renamed. Convection oven doesn't say anything, but air fryer says exactly what it does. J. Edgar Hoover was a fetishist as well as a bisexual, I think. As you know, I'm not a bisexual, but I'm not even a fetishist, really. But all men are creepy and pervy. Most of us are. Yeah, they're much more efficient. Judel says that air fryers are more efficient. We will be able to form the 13th tribe if we get any more in here. I'm open to everybody, even non-Jews. Lewis has got a street value of 80 pounds of blow that sucks. Yes. Yeah, I'm worth 80 pounds. My stuff is worth 80 pounds of blow that sucks and blows around, air fryer and vacuum cleaners. One blows out and one blows in. One blows out. Talipa says, no, you saw it. What did I see there? I don't know what that means. Nobody else in the world decided to make red plastic cups. The rest of the world had white or clear. It was such a weird decision, but fairly iconic of the U.S. movies. Yeah, interesting. I never thought about it that way. There's lots of stuff. That's what happens in America because people, they want to make money. And they'll think of ways to make money, even if it just means coming out with a red cup and saying, we're the only red cup brand. Kermit says, thank you very much. That joke you asked if I made up, Lewis. Oh, okay. Did you make it up? Was it a joke? No, the Irish problem was just that condoms were banned in Catholic times. You can't, even the simplest of jokes, I don't understand. This is going to kill my career, this stream. People are going to see this guy's got no sense of humor. He doesn't even know what a joke is. Officially, it's called MLM, multi-level marketing. Yeah, they don't call it pyramid schemes. They call it multi-level marketing. It's I ask you to sell for me to get other people to sell for you, and you're going to give me a bit of everything that you make, and you're going to get and you get higher and higher. It's really hard thing to do. It's really hard, but Americans, I guess a lot of Americans can do that, right? Can they do that? When he's this far behind, there's no point explaining, Streaky. He won't know what you're talking about again when he gets there. Yeah, I'm a bit. Should I skip to the front? What time is it now? 11:27. I don't know how many minutes we have to go. Hold on. I'm 8 minutes behind. I went to 2 live shows with Mike Graham and Kevin O'Sullivan. They were painfully funny. Oh, that's brilliant, Vatanai. They were so funny and insulting. I'm surprised the police didn't come to shut it down. That's good news. That's really good news. That somebody else is funny. Patrick Christie's program seemed to edge out headliners. So that was the red line. It didn't edge out headliners. They wanted to get rid of headliners. It wasn't Patrick Christie that did that. Normal fryer can't get near the things when they start spitting, and when you're cooking bacon or something. I like air fryers. Yeah, I mean maybe I should keep it and use it instead of using the stove. My son likes the air fryer. I mean it's proper cooking. It's not like a microwave. It's proper cooking. They were good company and mixed with the audience afterwards. Well, that's what Lewis Schaffer's like. I'm always sucking up to people, trying to get the girl, and the boys, and the boys. I don't. That doesn't necessarily make you a good comedian. Make you a good comedian. Okay, so let me see what else I've missed. More likely to set on fire, like leaving a hairdryer on to cook a chicken nugget. That's a really good point. I can see it catching on fire. I've lost track of the chat, so stop commenting till he catches up. Thank you very much, Darklins. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's what we have to do. I'm a little bit behind. I didn't sleep last night. The sleeping pill I took was just a waste of time. I didn't get to sleep because you were on my mind. It's the ripple in the design of it that causes a tornado of heat, 10 times cheaper than putting your conventional oven on. Is it really that much cheaper? And because I have an electrical oven. I have an electrical oven. So maybe that's interesting. The old plank of the week. I'm going to be doing that. It used to be out on Fridays. It was recorded in the week. It was very funny, poking fun of all sorts of politicians and public figures. Sadiq Khan used to get it often. Well, who should be my plank of the week Thursday? You don't have to give me the answer now. You can tell me tomorrow's show. Which one is it? Whoever said air fryers are just small convection oven is right. I think that who said that? Was that Fontenay who said that? He'll be answering chat 20 minutes after the show is Celia, that can happen. I'm not Stephen Allen. This is so much better than Stephen Allen. Why is it better than Stephen Allen? Because you're talking and I am listening, and I'm Lewis Schaffer, internationally famous TV, stage, and film celebrity, comedy celebrity, recently seen on GB News. On GB News. We're doing so well today. We're over 30 people watching. So we're growing ever so slightly. And at some point, possibly people will say, we got to listen to this guy. Maybe you'll say that, or maybe they'll say, oh no, we don't want to listen to him. But remember, at the end, you're going to have to say what you think is the top number of people on the stream at the end of the show. At the end of the show. Okay. I'm so Selaire, good to see you. Welcome. I mean, you were here before, but thank you for coming in. Imagine there are 70 people in the chat, Mr. Cuff. You're talking to Joodles here. 70 people, okay, in the chat. We'd be days ahead or behind. We'd be like the New York stock market ticker, which is like this for stocks in 1929, when there was such a delay that there were hours and hours of delay. So you wanted to hear whether you were in business or out of business, and people were sitting, and it was horrible. So maybe that's right. We'll have to figure out. Well, Patrick Christie has gone mental on GB News, standing on the desk live on the air. Well, he's trying to make it interesting. Maybe he wants to be a comedian. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to do that. We need to be as interesting as possible. Star, smile, shine. That's what we've got to be. You've got to be a star. Lewis Schaffer, whenever I do this, I have to remind myself that I'm a star, that people are paying money to see Lewis Schaffer being a star. You people are in at the ground floor. It's hard to say on the ground floor. I've been doing this comedy thing for so long, but I'm trying to be that. Some women like the smell given off from ironing shirts. I like that. I iron my own shirts. Yes, that's a great smell. That's a really good smell. Well, Patrick. Okay, but thank you, Alex, for that. Welcome, Alex. Did I say thank you for coming in here, Alex? Let's see. I'll skip forward on him soon, Selaire. It jumps in the end. Is hoarding a kind of fetishism? Oh, it's a good question. Let's ask Paul Yoward that question. Yes, it was your question. Well, what do you think, Paul? You're smart enough to know the answer to this. Kermit might know the answer because he used to direct porn films. He was a porn film director. So he knows all about fetishism. More likely to set on fire. Okay, yes, is hoarding a fetishism? Am I hoarding, or am I picking up stuff that have inherent value, and stuff that don't have inherent value I throw out? I'm going to have to say, I mean, there's two kinds of hoarding. There's the hoarding where people save bits of garbage and litter in their house. They don't throw stuff out. They're filthy. They don't clean dishes. That's one kind of hoarding. The other kind of hoarding is what I do, is I find something that's brand new, is 179 pounds. It's almost brand new. Someone could use it, and I maybe could get some money for it. So I don't know, is that fetishism? Let's ask Joodles. Joodles is very smart, and she takes great pride in being smart. Mike Vantenay says Mike Graham will suggest various news stories and the people making the news and how stupid. Hold on a second. You just jumped ahead. And how stupid or ridiculous some of them are. You could also suggest someone to be a plank. Perhaps, you know who I will suggest to be a plank? I'll suggest I'm a plank. Ministry of Offense used to be good too on GB News. I went to the recording off. Yes, there you go. Well, I was in that once. They didn't have me back in that. Lewis lives in an oven. You can cook stuff at that temperature. It's a very warm place. It's a really, really warm place. So that's that. Let's see what Lucy says. Rose does a similar thing called Bumhole of the Week. What, on the radio? On the radio. Okay, she does that. Well, am I going to be stealing from her? I hope I'm not. I hope she's not mad at me. Never get how porn directors never get aroused. They probably get aroused occasionally. How can you not get aroused? I get aroused plugging in the mains in the electrical outlet. They're all on SNL's channel. Paul. Yeah, Lewis was definitely on one of them. It didn't go especially well. What didn't I do? The one from December when he screamed at Paul. Who screamed at Paul? Did I scream at Paul? I don't know what you mean there. What did you mean there? They're all on Stephen Allen's channel, Paul, and yeah, Lewis was definitely on one of them. It didn't go especially well. Yeah, on Ministry of Offense, it didn't go well. I wasn't smart enough. I didn't have the preparation. I wasn't relaxed enough, I think. Thanks for your work, Kermit. My oven is gas, so it would only put my electric up. Okay, I only really use it for pizza trays or food that wouldn't fit in the air fryer. Yes, me too. I made a pizza the other day. I feel guilty about it after we discussed it. Got enough gadgets that need cleaning and that take up surfaces. You know what it is, Kermit? You talk me out of it. You talk me out of it. I don't want to have to clean this thing. I'm trying to get rid of life itself. Ofcom ruined GB News. Yeah. Or made it better because it was like, wild, because we were told things we couldn't say. And it felt great to say those things or to hint at saying those things. You're right, Lewis. Mike Graham. Mike Graham will have you on to affirm his narrative that Stormer is the plank of the week, whether he is or not. That's what you're there for. Well, I think that he's the plank. He's not even the plank of the year. He's such a loser. He's not even a plank. He's like this. He's a bit of sawdust. it did not go. I did not go to that recording. Recordings were good, though, as they were a load of material Simon Evans did that was too highbrow to make the cut. Yeah, well, Simon Evans is a very bright guy. He's a bright guy. Might have a loose connection there. Who has a loose connection? Who has a loose connection? Lewis, your long lost son. I remember working with my son now. Okay. I used to do a hardcore. I used to hardcore phoner in talk radio before I went shit. I phoned most days to Mike Graham, Kevin O'Sullivan, and James Whale, and we'd have Peter from Somerset online. It feels good. It feels good. I used to call in a lot to these. Back in the day, that's all there was. I remember when Reuben Hurricane Carter, you remember who that guy is? You know Reuben Hurricane Carter? He was on WBAI, which is a left-wing station, which Donald Trump is talking about losing their license. And I called up. I'm not going to tell you why I called up. Let's try to. I think talking about New Year as well, people took your argument with Andrew Doyle seriously and Paul Cox. It was really good fun. It was good fun. What can you do? It's with comedy. Some people, they won't get the joke. That's why I'm always asking, was this a joke? I don't mean it in a bad way. I just don't understand. The directors have already emptied their balls before the shoot, Alex. It's part of the actress's job. It says, how do you know about this, Lucy? How do you know about this? Well, yeah, maybe they're having sex. Yeah, maybe that's part of it. I think today they probably can't. They'd be accused of something bad. But that sounds very real. I hadn't thought about that, but that's true. Hold on a second. Hold on. Russ, let me call you in 12 minutes. Okay. All right, goodbye. I have a friend. My friend Russ. He doesn't know that I'm doing a show, but it's nice that he calls. I was talking about New Year's as well, says Paul. Yeah, they didn't get that it was a joke. They didn't get it. It was, you know what it was? It was really good acting. Andrew, it was a great actor, and I thought I was really acting really well. And Paul was doing a great job. It was really good fun. We will have more fun again when Lewis Schaffer goes live and on tour. It will be brilliantly fun. When we're in a room and there's 30 of us in the room and we're all hanging out with our friends and we're all drinking and and we're all talking. It's going to be amazing. Good times that we're going to have. We're going to have a... Are you against him doing that, Lucy? Enough planks to build a new ark. In this country, yes, that's true. That's true. So many planks, you could build the deck of the Titanic, says Vatnai, and then Reuben says a whole new ark. The country is filled with planks. Simon's new show is great. AI, recommend, comma, period. I saw it Saturday. I don't want to hear that. Paul. I don't want to hear that you liked his show. I don't want to hear that anybody likes anybody else but Lewis Schaffer. Reuben Hurricane Carter, right? Okay. Is the guy in the song by Bob Dylan called Hurricane. It was said Carter was actually guilty. His PC was terrific. Did the song say he was guilty? I don't think the song did. But I was 15 years old. So what year is that? 1972. And I called up WBAI and I said, I don't believe this story. And the guy, and I was like so nervous to be. It was like I had to go downstairs in the ancestral mansion in Great Neck, Long Island, and use the phone. There were only 2 phones in the house, and 2 phones is more phones than most people had back in the day. Lucy knows her role. No, not my Lucy. I love Lucy, and Lucy knows I love her. She knows that, and I love. I shouldn't be saying this, but. I'm very fond of Lucy. Great song, but but Reuben Carter was no hero. When you look back on all these things, it's all left-wing people who want to believe everything is going to be all right. It's not all right. It's not all right. Okay. I knew that was, well, who else is going to call me? I've got no friends. I've got two friends. I've got Doug. I've got Russ. Those are the only two people who call me, honestly. And the reason I call because we're from New York. So back in the day, we used to call people, you know. And I try to tell them, I say, Russ, send me a message. Because most of the time, my phone is off. Most of the time, I can't even hear it. Most of the time, it doesn't even ring. It doesn't ring. But thank you, Lucy. Lucy, you people don't realize how much you know about me. You know a lot about me. I hope this computer model of what is about to hit us is wrong. What computer model? What? Donald Trump is a computer model. Streaky Bacon says that's true. Dylan was a socialist anyway. Yes, I'm not going to say what word you used. Yeah. But some of those songs that he wrote was great. This is the story of the hurricane. The man the authorities came to blame for something that he never done. It could have been, at one time, could have been the champion of the world. And you know what? Blood on the Tracks. That was my favorite album. But then there are certain songs that have been printed lately that remind me of the COVID thing. Things are changing. You know that song? I may be saying that the first week. Look that up, Bob Dylan. I think things are changing. I think that's what it's called. Where I live, we don't flood, but just out of town, some roads will be flooded. The old lanes are lower than the fields, and they fill up quickly. Yeah, well, that's Britain. Okay, so here we go. We're on a home stretch. If you want to say something, we're almost done here. I think I've covered it. If I haven't read something, this show has been the best show we've had. Isn't it been a good show? So I'm going to ask you, what is the top number? The top number, and you can't go over. You can't go over, but what is the top number? Whoever gets closest to the maximum concurrent listeners will win a prize. He was far from champion of the world. Things have changed. Yes, that song. It's all about COVID. When I heard it, I thought I was told this is a song. It wasn't about COVID, but it's about COVID. It's like the world we're living in, Lucy, has changed. We can't live the same way we used to live. Dylan is now a Republican. He is tiny stature. There was an hilarious advert he did for an SUV where he looks like he is in a room. Well, he's also an old guy. Okay, so Cellaire says 31. The person who says it first will win if they're right on the money. Okay, so get in there early. 31 says Streaky Bacon. Ruben says 37. Darkland says 34. Good participation, everybody. MJ Tiger Fang says 38. MC Scott says 29. It was nonsense last week. I believe it when I see it, says Kermit. 35 says Joodles. Lucy Van Pelt says 28. This has been a really fun show to do. It's been fun for you guys to be here. I'm exhausted. Sailor at Audax is 32. Yeah, well, out there's lots of places in England which is very low, like touching the ground. The ground is touching the ground. Now I'm going to go over to top fans, and I'm going to tell us who has been the award winners for the prizes. Are you ready? Alex is 22. Talipa is 21. High up there. Beautiful, beautiful Talipa. John Van Dam is 20. Always good to see John. Remember, this is not everybody who's watched it. I think we've had like 80 people watch the stream for 10 or 15 minutes. Gary Warren is 19. Girl from Mars, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl from Mars. Okay, is 18. Nobody special. You're special to me. Nobody special. Thank you for coming in. Is 17. That's a for a new person. That's a high ranking. Andy is 16. Leanne is 15. Rocket League is 14. Ulrich is 13. Are you paying attention, everybody? Okay. Ruben is 12. Mr. Cuff is 11. Lucy Van Pelt is 10. Good, really great participation today, Lucy Van Pelt. Number 9 is Paul Yoward. Dorklands, she's got a melee, is 8. Fantastic. MC Scott is 7. 6 is Streaky Bacon. Vatanai, talking about flooding, is 5. Selair is 4. You've really done a great job. In at number 3 is Joodles. And number 2 and number 1, number 2 is Hi-Ho Kermit. You've been number 1 a lot lately, but you're number 2 tonight. And coming in first place, MJ Tigerfang. Around everybody, give MJ Tigerfang a round of applause. You've won. You've won. You've won. So that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And then we're going to see who, and then I'm going to go over to the, where is it? Over here. And I'm going to find out what the top number is. The top number. Okay, there it is. I thought it was at that number, but it's another number. Who was the first person in here to say number 34? Who said 34? Darklands is a winner. She said 34. That was the top number. And Seller at Audax came in second place at 33. So that's brilliant. Joodles came close also at 35. And John Allen coming in late. Good to see you, John. Thank you for coming in. He's 33. Very close. Very close. I thought it was going to be 34, but it's not. It's 30. I thought it was going to be 33, but it's 34. And let's see what time that came in. At about 11:15. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much. I'm going to put this, say goodbye to everybody. We are going to see you. When are we going to see you? Tomorrow. Tomorrow at, whoops, what is this thing doing here? That's not going well. We're going to see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Are we going to see you? I have a date tomorrow with Janice Connolly. I'm sorry, girls are going to be jealous of Lewis Schaffer, but I'm going to see you. Hey, everybody, you're right. Go to Ko-fi. Thank you, Kermit. Send a contribution in. Pretend we're at a comedy show and you've laughed. Pretend you've laughed. Pretend this has been a comedy show. Maybe give to Patreon. Maybe give to PayPal. You know what I mean? Maybe give to PayPal or Patreon. Go on to Twitter at Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. Let's do that. Let's go to Lewis Schaffer on Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me tell you how many people have liked. We've got 25 people have liked. That's a good number. I'd like to be over 30, but that's good. I'd like to be over 30. And thank you for understanding when I let the stream get away from me. I appreciate that. And I appreciate 90 minutes gone in a flash, yeah. You know, we do learn things. We learn things as clean your vacuum cleaners. Clean them. Clean the vacuum cleaners. Okay, thank you, MC Scott. Thank you for that. Thank you for contributing to the stream. I do appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who's thinking. Okay. Thank you, Lucy, and thank you, Joodles. Thank you, everybody who's made you people. I shouldn't thank you the way I thank you because I'm an internationally famous TV celebrity and stage and recently seen on TV News. But you've saved my life. You've really saved my life. Thank you, Darklands, for saying time flies. It's not always going to fly, but sometimes it feels like it flies. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I might be a little late. If we're a little late, if it's like 6. If it's 6, don't be mad at me. I'll send a message on Twitter. Nitol. Yeah, well, Nitol is what I take, basically. Are you saying that's a good drug? I take that. That's an antihistamine. That's what I take. So maybe we should start tomorrow at 6, and that way I won't be late. Will that be okay if we start at 6? I'll see you tomorrow at 6, just to play it safe. So I won't kill me racing across London during rush hour. Thank you, Ruben. I love you. I'm Israel Chai. I'm Israel Chai. The people of Israel live. The people of Iran live for supporting Israel. Supporting Israel. It might be a war. It might be like Israel's going to go in there to defend the Iranians from mass murdering those people. Possibly. We're going to do the show at 6. At 6. I'm going to keep the stream on for 2 minutes, and then I'll see you tomorrow at 6. Yes, yes, Darklands. Check Discord. I will make sure that I'll put it in Discord. We're gonna start at 6 o'clock. We're gonna start at 6. I hope to see you at 6 tomorrow. A little bit later than normal.